Here is example 2 from our systems of equations, graphing and substitution. We're going to use substitution on this one. And so you may remember this from Algebra 2. The idea is we want to isolate one of our variables. There's a couple that jump out at me. I could get x by itself in this first equation real easy. I could get y by itself in the second equation pretty easily as well. Really, substitution is most valuable when a system presents itself like this, where a variable can easily be isolated. Otherwise, we're going to turn to other methods. So I'm going to go ahead and get x by itself excuse me, in this first equation. Let's just add 5y over to that other side. So if I did that, I would have x equals 5y plus 10. So really all we've done is rearrange that top equation. We're saying x is the equivalent of 5y plus 10. Now here's where the substitution comes into play. We're going to substitute 5y plus 10 in for x right here in our second equation, and we'll have effectively eliminated a variable. So let's do that. So we've got negative 2. Now instead of x, I'm going to write 5y plus 10. So we just substituted there. And then the rest of the equation is the same. Minus y equals 13. Well, now the value of that, I've got an equation, there's only one variable. Let's go ahead and solve it. So let's distribute that negative 2 through. So I get negative 10y minus 20 minus y equals 13. We can combine our y's like terms. So minus 11y, this negative 20, let's go ahead and add it over to the other side. So if I add 20 to both sides, that would be 33, 13 plus 20. Now of course I can get y by itself. So let's divide that negative 11 over. And y equals negative 3 looks like. Now we're not done, of course. I'm looking for a coordinate pair, or an ordered pair. So I want x. Now I've got my y. Well, this equation will be the easiest one to plug it in. X is already isolated. So if I go x equals 5 times y, well, y is negative 3 plus 10. Now let's just solve that. So that would be negative 15 plus 10. Of course, x equals negative 15 plus 10, so that's negative 5. So I've got my x, I've got my y. We're going to write our solutions as ordered pairs. And so negative 5, negative 3 is the solution there. And of course, you could go plug that in, check it, make sure it works. But we've got our solution.